I know you're going to dig this.
They'll throw to second for one, and now they got the man trapped at third and tagging out.
And 2nd and 2, handoff goes to McCaffrey up the middle, finds a little room, lot more room, and he's off to the races.
Welcome to the In the Zone Sports Talk Radio Network. You're listening to the Just Us Sports Talk Show with your host, Kate Diggs from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, the small city with the large heart, and co-host Dana the Hater Clark from St. Petersburg, Florida. Also co-hosting Murray E. Baskerville from Gotta Be More Careful, Baltimore, Maryland. These are your hosts, bringing you the ultimate in sports news for the ultimate sports fan. Be sure to download the Try99 TV app on any smart device and subscribe to In the Zone Sports Talk Television. The cost is $4.95. Thank you in advance for your support. Now sit back and prepare to get into another episode of the Just Us Sports Talk Show.
I know you're going to dig this.
What's up, everybody? Hey, happy Monday. I don't know about where you at, but it's cold in my place of business. It's cold. They had a couple of days off. People just relaxing. Finally went back to school today. School was okay. I thought I unmuted myself. I apologize. Hey, as I was saying earlier, where I'm at, it's cold. It's like 15 degrees cold. It ain't Kansas City Chiefs freezing mustache cold, but it's cold. And I'm gonna say this. Some people might get mad. I don't care, but I'm gonna say it anyway. I think that up north, I think school should be closed from November to February. And go to school in the summertime. Go to school in the summertime. You know what I'm saying? Go to school in the summertime, baby. That's what I'm just saying. Go to school in the summertime. We got people already out here. Bang, bang, Niner gang. Oh, shucks. Everybody. We got a lot of people chiming in today. It's going to be a heated conversation today. And I'm probably going to make some people mad again, but I don't even care. Because we're going to talk about them Dallas Cowboys. We'll talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers. Of course, they want to talk about, some people want to talk about.
We made it. Go ahead and put my thing in brown because you may be trying to take it down last weeks of the season.
We're going to talk about the Steelers and we're going to talk about them Cowboys. Because I'm going to say this to you guys. And I think we got somebody on the line already. I think that we got Matthew out there on the line. Matthew, what's going on, brother? How you doing?
Good here, 9 degrees. It's cold. After tomorrow, it's going to be starting.
Yeah, they say it's supposed to get 60 on Friday. So you going to see people with booty shorts on, washing the car by hand, all kind of craziness. I'm telling you right now, that's going to happen. That's going to happen. Real quick, in the NBA right now, you got Milwaukee, Detroit. Milwaukee's winning 69-66. You got Cleveland and Orlando. We got Cleveland 81, Orlando 62. I'm really disappointed in this team. I thought Orlando would be a lot better. We got the San Antonio Spurs against the Philadelphia 76ers, 68-75 Philly. We got Memphis 53, Toronto 46. Toronto has threw in the towel. They'll probably get a number 1, 2, or 3 in the draft coming up. Charlotte Hornets 31, Minnesota 34. Later on the night, we have Chicago at Phoenix, Atlanta at Sacramento, and of course we got my Boston Celtics playing the Dallas Mavericks. Also, I'm gonna talk about the Boston Celtics, and some people gonna get mad at me on that one as well. I'm just throwing, they said 2024 is a year you tell it all, you keep it real. What's up, Mo?
Your Boston Celtics.
About
our Boston Celtics.
Our Boston Celtics. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Dana ain't on, so it's out.
Yeah. So if you guys watch my show, you'll see my background with all my sports gear on it, right? You look up on the wall, you don't see no Rams gear no more. You don't see no Browns gear no more. You see just the Sports Talk Radio, and that thing back behind there is when the Celtics won Title 17. It says that, listen to this. I want you to be very careful. Listen to what I'm about to say to you. Listen to the words that's coming out of my mouth. Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett, Rajon Rondo, Gray Allen, and Perkins. They have never lost a game 7 together. They have never lost a game 7 together. I just want to put that. Listen to the words that's coming out of my mouth, because somebody's going to tell me I'm wrong. But I'm telling you this right now. They have never lost a game 7. They have never lost a series. That team has never lost a series. Never lost a series.
That all 5 guys started. The game.
What?
You just got to say that they all 5 started.
Yeah, they knew that's all the 5 starters never lost a series. All right. So Mo, let's get right to it. Now, everybody know I don't like the Dallas Cowboys because I'm a Rams fan. And Dallas kept us out many Super Bowls as a kid growing up. The one Super Bowl we went to, we lost to Pittsburgh Steelers 31-19, but it was 19-11 at halftime, and you know how things turn. You know how they turn things around and make Pittsburgh want to win the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? They want to make Pittsburgh win the Super Bowl. And I'm a Cleveland Browns fan, so you know I hate the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm a hater of the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm a hater of the Dallas Cowboys. I hate the Cowboys more than I hate the 49ers. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to say this to you guys out here that's listening to the show, that's on the live, that's on the YouTube. Why is it that Dallas Cowboys coach McCarthy gets all the heat when they don't win the big games, but when Pittsburgh don't win, we don't hear nothing. We don't hear about why don't they fire Mike Tomlin. Now I'm not in the Pittsburgh Steelers group, so I don't know what's going on. Now I hear some people say they don't want him to come back.
Wait a minute. You gonna lie on national TV? Say you ain't in no Pittsburgh Steelers group? When I saw you on my Pittsburgh Steelers group the other day.
Yeah, but I am I still on there now?
I don't know, but you on there. It threw me off. I was just like, wait a minute, is this the player?
But see, people send me invites and they don't know. I just go on there and I just sit back and I realize, I believe, you know that the emoji with the guy sitting there eating the popcorn. I'm just sucking it all in. Sucking it all in. But my question to you guys, and I want to know, why is it that Mike McCarthy, any Dallas Cowboy coach, gets all that heat, but Mike Tomlin never get the heat? He never get the heat.
I can
right?
answer that question for you in 2 numbers.
Go ahead.
1996 versus 2008.
That's not
Yeah.
Mo. That's not gonna get it for me right now. That's not gonna get it for me right now. Because this is 2000.
Even though McCarthy beat Tomlin in both of their last Super Bowls.
I don't care. I don't care. It's 2024.
Exactly.
And
That's 28 years. 28 years.
I don't like neither team, but why do McCarthy, Jason Garrett, all the coaches that came along, Barry Switzer won a title with Jimmy Johnson's team, but after that they didn't win anything else. But they get all the heat, all the media heat, and they're Tomlin sitting back there just chilling. They say, well, what about your future? He walks off the mic. I ain't saying right or wrong about it, but I want to know, why is it that he don't get the same heat that the Steelers, that the Cowboys get? But me and Mo had this conversation before about, well, he's the only coach that has always been over 500. Stop with that. I don't even want to hear that comment.
No, don't say that right.
Come to me.
No, it was 16 games. He was 8-8. He wasn't always above 500. That's what makes it even worse.
My thing is though, is that I'm so tired of Pittsburgh Steelers fans saying that. It's too us. It's getting old now. It's been old. It's been so old. But Tomlin don't get the same heat in the media that McCarthy gets. Now Tomlin is supposed to get a new contract. Has he got it yet? I don't know. McCarthy ain't getting nothing. They said, look, you're gonna ride out the sunset on this one because we're not giving you another contract. It's simple as that. But my question is this right here. Why do the Cowboys get all the heat? And Pittsburgh, when's the last time Pittsburgh had a 12-5? When's the last time Pittsburgh had over 12 wins in a season, Mo?
Probably 6 years. That year we went to the AFC Conference.
Okay. So McCarthy then had 2 years back-to-back with 12 wins.
Yeah, and he hasn't gotten out the first round.
But he hasn't got. But again, have Pittsburgh?
We weren't expected to be Buffalo this year.
Not. Stop that, Mo. Come on now. Come on. Let's get real about this. Hey, let's get real.
People thought we were gonna get blown out when it's 21-0.
No, it's not even about. It's not about getting blown out. It's like a win or loss. You win or you lose, right? But my thing is this right here, and I don't like either team, but I'm just keeping it real with everybody out there. Why is it that McCarthy gets all the heat and Tomlin don't get none of the heat at all? He's
Prescott.
You know what I'm saying?
That Prescott versus Kenny Pickett. Mitch Trubisky.
Go ahead.
You got to go see a third. You got to have Rudolph save Christmas, save New Year's.
See, Moses.
You didn't think we were gonna make the playoffs. We lost the two teams.
Moses is still a fan, so he's not understanding what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm saying?
I understand exactly what you're trying to say. That Tomlin hasn't won in so long. I hear this all the time. It's been 7 years since we won a playoff game. I get that. People don't realize he wants to wait though. Every 30 teams in the league will be checking to see what it's going to take to get it.
And I don't disagree with that. I don't disagree with that. But Matthew, what you got to say?
The reason why the Cowboys don't get as much as the Steelers is because if the Steelers were to fire Mike Tomlin today, Steelers fans would be upset.
Some fans would be upset.
Blame ownership immediately because the Steelers would then become, in the Steelers fans' mind, they believe they'll treat Tomlin like they did with Brian Flores situation. It'd be that kind of situation. If the Cowboys were, if you are like McCarthy, the Cowboys fans aren't going to care. Because Tomlin, the fan base loves him, kind of like the Dolphins love Flores. Fan base when it comes to ownership and that they're so tight that they don't want to fire him because if they did, they feel like the sports fire ends would do reports saying, "Oh, you're going to fire him because of his color." While in reality, no, we're not doing it because of that. It's just say you don't have the winning seasons that you used to have was going deep into the playoffs.
Okay. I see what you're going for, but I have to disagree with you on that right there. I don't think Color would have an issue for the Rooney if the Rooneys were to fire Mike Tomlin because the Rooney Rule came in effect so that men of color could get opportunity to coach in the NFL. Now, what's the dude that comes on after First Take? He would have Aaron Rodgers on all the time.
Pat McAfee.
Pat McAfee. So they were talking about this on Pat McAfee. He says, "Oh, so that gives a black guy an opportunity to coach." I felt a little offended by that comment that he said. Right? And I'm surprised nobody on social media said anything about it because he just said, "Oh yeah, it gives a black guy opportunity." it's not a black guy. It's a man of color that can it's a man of color. Gives a man of color opportunity to coach, right? Like you look at Ron Rivera. He's a man of color. You look at the coach that coached the Oakland Raiders back in the day, who was still not in the Hall of Fame. Flores. What's the other guy that was there? The Spanish guy.
Spanish guy.
He won the Super Bowl with Marcus Allen. That wasn't
I get what you're saying. Flores.
Flores, okay, yeah. A man of color. So it kind of ticked me off that he made that comment the way he made it. Oh, well, that gives a black guy. That gives a black guys opportunity to coach. I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all. I wanted to bring it up last week, but it didn't. I didn't get a chance to talk about it. But again, this is my whole thing. With Pittsburgh, that would not be the case. But my thing is that I sit and talk to Pittsburgh Steelers fans, and I don't even. I just ask the question that I just asked, and I say, and they say, well, he's never had a losing season. I'm like, so you okay with that? Because don't use it as a fall guy to make us believe that that's a good thing. Because that's like participation trophies. That's what it is, basically. Now, we can sit here and say that if Mike Tomlin had the talent that the Cowboys have, if he had the talent that McCarthy has, does he win a Super Bowl? Probably so. Probably so. Because he's a man that motivates players. He's a man that he has players stick up for him, that go to bat for him, that says, I want to play for him. I don't want to play for nobody else. I want to play for him. And you kind of hear whispers of it in Dallas, but you know that by McCarthy staying and not getting a contract extension, that anything less than Super Bowl, he's gone. Right? So if I'm McCarthy, I'm gonna say, this is honest God truth. I would step down and say, find somebody else to coach the team because I don't need that pressure on me. Because again, they wanted McCarthy gone, Dan Quinn, and Dak Prescott gone, right? I don't know about the Prescott part being gone because he played at a high caliber this year, MVP caliber. He probably be in the list. He probably in the top 5 when it comes to MVPs. But then you go back to the Pittsburgh Steelers, and the Pittsburgh Steelers had Rudolph the Red-Nosed Randolph as a quarterback going into playoffs, almost beat Buffalo, right? No, ain't that who y'all played? Buffalo? Yeah. Almost played Buffalo. But you know what they come out the next day and say? Mo, tell us who's going to be the starting quarterback next year.
Kenny Pickett is going to have competition.
Well, I read it was Kenny Pickett's job.
No, they're bringing in competition.
So they're bringing in competition.
Yeah, it's because Rudolph is not signed. And Rudolph didn't even want to be there.
But the thing about it is, he gets you in the playoffs, but you don't want to sign him.
It's not that we're not going to sign him. They're saying we're going to bring back competition, but we got to sign him before he's going to be the competition. I think they're going to look at Russ.
Russell Wilson?
Yep, if he gets cut. But you can't talk about it because you got to be cut first.
And honestly, they should look at him. They really should look at him. Because after Ben, there really has not been a stable quarterback in Pittsburgh since Ben Roethlisberger. But people say to me, that's what people say to me. And I say, okay, well, whose fault is that?
It's Ben's fault. Because Ben didn't want them to draft anybody. The year that we drafted Rudolph, we should have drafted Lamar in the first round.
But didn't Baltimore select before y'all did?
32. We selected 28. We took Terrell Edmonds.
Is he still on the team?
Nope. He was the one that got traded from Philadelphia to Tennessee for Bayard this year.
But let's go back to in the conversation I had on Facebook is I said I don't hear, now correct me if I'm wrong, you're still a fan. I don't hear free agents saying I'm going to Pittsburgh to play with Tomlin. If Tomlin is this great of a coach and he's just as great of a leader, why don't Pittsburgh get top free agents come there? Now, I'm gonna say you in the past, it's been proven that they don't really need them, but it seems like they do need those guys going forward because drafting guys like they were before is not happening anymore. They're not drafting those guys, those diamonds in the roughs anymore. Okay, so why ain't they going out there and trying to get some of the top free agents come to Pittsburgh? You know, like I said,
we never had cap room.
But now, whose fault is that?
It could be.
We drafted TJ Watt, Cam Hayward, Deontay Johnson, Antonio Brown, Le'Veon Bell. Ben. I mean, we've always drafted well, and we've always had our cap room. We've taken up on that. Minka traded him from Miami.
But whose fault is it that you have no cap room around? Whose fault is that the Pittsburgh Steelers in the next?
We signed our best players, so we don't have cap room.
So then that means you got to draft well, right? You have to draft better. And they have in the last couple of years they haven't been drafting really good. Let's go to Dallas. Right. Y'all might have had the best draft. Okay. Let's say y'all had the best draft. The end result was, are y'all going to Super Bowl?
Dude, it takes a couple of drafts to get back. When you don't have a franchise quarterback, that's the problem. We get rest next year. We are Super Bowl contenders.
But I don't disagree with you on that. But the key thing you said was drafting a franchise quarterback.
Yeah, we haven't drafted one. We drafted Kenny.
Whose fault is that?
I just told you it was Ben's fault. We should have drafted.
But y'all had how long Pickett been there? This is his third year, right?
This was his second year.
I thought it was third.
No, it's second. Ben retired 2 years ago. We drafted Kenny Pickett after Ben retired.
You sure it's two? It ain't three.
Really? I don't believe you questioning me right now.
The reason why I'm asking you because I wanted to make sure because Pittsburgh Steelers, ladies and gentlemen, correct me if I'm wrong, pick Kenny Pickett because they said we're never going to let another Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback get away from us like we did Dan Marino.
Another Pittsburgh
Kenny Pickett was never Pittsburgh Panther. Kenny Pickett was never close to Marino. Dan Marino. He couldn't hold Dan Marino's shoe on a wet day. So that was a bad draft, in my opinion. Because they can say what they want to say. So let's flip the script.
It wins games.
And let's flip the switch. Let's go to Dallas. Now Dallas got to pay. They're going to restructure Dak's contract. They got to pay CD Lamb. They got to play one of the defensive backs. And then Micah's on his third year of his 4-year contract. Where are they going to find the money?
I do know if Dallas's transaction was.
Where are they going to find the money to pay him? And the thing about it is, I said this to a Dallas Cowboy fan. He's like, man, you just hating. I said, is that all you got to say? I'm hating? I said to him, this is exactly what I said to him, because I was a little twisted. I said, fool, if you sign a contract extension, it don't go in effect to 2025. He didn't know that. I'm like, yo, but you think you know everything about your team and you don't know nothing. You know what I'm saying? So, and they're in a negative, right? So they've got CeeDee Lamb, they got Dak, they got two of the defensive backs I think they need to still sign. They signed one already, but they got to sign another one. and Michael's up for a contract extension. And I
And then
know.
about 5 days ago, they re-signed 3 more players.
Wow. Was these
They re-signed Martavius Bryant,
okay.
Snoop Connor, and Malik Davis.
Are they on practice squad or they on the actual?
It's probably reserve contracts.
It's probably reserve contracts. But what is here as for the future contracts for next season now? Now, Martavius Bryant, he was on the practice squad, but they did promote him so that they can give him his full contract.
Still probably reserve contracts.
That was I got to scratch my head on that Martavius Bryant signing.
Kid is nice if he stays off the weed. He must have stayed off the weed, but they don't cuss for weed. Surprised nobody picked up Josh Gordon.
That's the up what you said.
Isn't that your? Wasn't he a Brown?
Yeah, he was a Brown. That dude got away with more than any he could probably, no point intended, he could kill somebody and probably get away with that. Because that guy got away with so much in the league because he had so much talent, and the NFL knew that he would bring money to the NFL. That's why he got a chance to stick around as long as he did. It's simple as that. I don't care what nobody said. They can say what they want to say. But go back. But I'm saying, okay, so Dallas has to resign. They got to redo that contract, right? And they got to sign. CeeDee Lamb got to get his new paycheck, and the defensive backs got to get a new paycheck, and then they have to go ahead and try to extend Micah Parsons' contract. Micah Parsons wants to be paid more than Nick Bosa to play for the San Francisco 49ers. I don't know if Micah's a lineman now, a D tackle, a defensive end, or if he's a linebacker because they have him all over the place. To me, when you're multi-talented like that, you should get paid multi-talented like that, right? So if he either gets a contract extension and he's the highest paid defensive tackle, defensive end or linebacker.
They currently got him as a linebacker.
Got him as a linebacker, okay. So if they pay him as a linebacker, then and I don't know who's the highest paid linebacker out there right now. But he wants to be paid more. Huh?
TJ Watt.
Who?
TJ Watt.
So I thought he was a defensive tackle. I think he's defensive end.
Oh, it's a linebacker. We play 3-4.
You play 3-4.
We have two defensive ends that are really defensive.
Raycon Smith at $20 million.
Raycon Smith for $20 million. So okay, so check this out. So if Raycon Smith is $20 million, and if that's the highest paid linebacker, he's getting a pay cut. He's getting a pay cut if he goes to linebacker or defensive tackle. Somebody just posted Embiid 59 points at the end of the third quarter. Who are they playing? The Spurs. Stop it. They play the Spurs, and he does have 59 points. And it's in the end of the third quarter, so he'll probably be sitting down. It's 104-89. Wembanyama has 26 points, and he'll probably be sitting down because he's on low management numbers now. But the thing about it is though, is that if Micah gets it now, that's a pay. He's gonna get less. He's gonna get paid less money if he comes as a linebacker, but he played defensive end at some point in time. So now it's negotiation time between him, his agent, and the Dallas Cowboys. So that's gonna be a dilemma. Ladies and gentlemen, what I mean by that is like you take Kittles out there in San Francisco. He wanted to be paid as a wide receiver, right? Because he's lined up in a wide receiver, lined up tight end. Sometimes lined up in the backfield before. You know what I'm saying? But he said, I want to be paid as a wide receiver. I don't know. They did give him a contract extension. I don't know if he got paid as a wide receiver or not. I know he got a bag. So now Philly's in a dilemma with this. Philly's in Cowboys in a dilemma on how they're going to pay him. But again, I'm going to go back to this. Why don't Tomlin get the same type of heat that McCarthy gets? And he's been 12-5 for the last 3 years. And Pittsburgh has been winning to win. Pittsburgh has needed the fairy tooth godmother to pull a tooth, to put under the pillow for them to get into the playoffs, because they need somebody to win, somebody lose scenario. Last couple of years, but nobody says anything about that. Nobody says nothing about that. And like Mo said, I'm in the Pittsburgh Steelers group. I don't go on there. I just go in there to listen. I don't say nothing because I'm not a Steelers. I'm a Steelers hater, and they would probably kick me out if I say about what they would say. But I just like the conversation that goes on, because you have people in there that are ready to get rid of Tomlin, and you got people that want Tomlin to stay. But again, the whole thing about it.
Happen?
Go ahead, Matthew.
The fan base wants him a lot as long as he's winning. If Pittsburgh ownership and management do decide to come up with a contract extension, there's going to be a clause, I believe, where as long as you have a winning season each year, you get to keep your contract. But if you have one losing season, you're fired.
Mo, would you be okay with that?
Say that again, Matthew.
So if the ownership of Pittsburgh decided to give him a new contract, I believe it would be to where he would win each season, but if he has one losing season, fired.
He wouldn't agree to that. But even the year that we lost Ben in the second game,
took the point spread. We're talking about an actual win season.
So
all I'm saying is I wouldn't agree to it.
I wouldn't agree to it if I was.
As a fan, would you be okay with that contract though?
No, because the standard is not the standard.
The standard is not the standard.
The standard is not winning seasons.
It's not winning seasons.
It's not about winning.
It's not
about winning. It's about winning the last game of the season. That's what Steelers. And I understand the people that complain about Tomlin because we haven't done it in a while. But this is the best GM and the best team that we've had. We get a quarterback next year. We are Super Bowl contenders.
And I don't.
And TJ Watt stayed healthy. If TJ Watt was healthy, we'd probably be Buffalo.
I totally agree. I totally agree with you on that. I hear you, Mo. I didn't hear you.
You didn't hear me.
I didn't hear you.
What?
You didn't hear me. What?
The last thing you said.
I didn't say anything else.
You said after TJ Watt something.
Oh, if TJ Watt was healthy, we'd probably be Buffalo. Give us Russell Wilson. See us next year.
So that leads me to this right here. So I have everybody scheduled for next year. Okay. And Mo got his schedule. Matthew got his schedule. I don't know where Dana is. And I'm telling you guys this right now. When I talk to Dana, he might not be back. He might not be on the show no more. I'm gonna be honest with you. I love him to death, man, but he got to show up. Did you get a message that he was gonna be late today?
The show was moved late.
When the show's at 7, he ain't here.
Leave that man alone.
I'm gonna leave him alone, all right. So
You're so mean.
No, I ain't, man. No, I ain't. I'm trying to build something here. I can't build it without certain people being here. So
I ain't been here how many weeks?
No, that's different. You went on vacation and all that stuff. That's different.
I was gone.
So I went out there and did my homework over the weekend because I'm gonna tell you, like I said, it was so cold here in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. It snowed. We was off Monday. It snowed I was home for Martin Luther King Day, and then Wednesday we had a half a day at school, and then it snowed again. Thursday I took a day off because I lost my whole credit card wallet, so I had to get on the phone and call everybody. So I was home doing that. That was a mess. And Friday it snowed, so I was home. So I did all my homework. So for 2024, I can't say that in the AFC East, that Cleveland or Pittsburgh will make the playoffs. I can't say that this year. And I'm going to tell you the reason why. The strength of schedule next year, the top 5 in the strength of schedule. And I want you to tell me out of the top 5, who you guys think won't make I want y'all three to tell me if you're on the line, if you're out there and watching the show, or you say, oh, that's Katrina Jones, she's out there. I want you to tell me who you think won't make the playoffs next year. At number 1, drum roll, please. The Cleveland Browns. At number 2, the Baltimore Ravens. At number 3, the Pittsburgh Steelers. Number 4, the Green Bay Packers. At number 5, the Houston Texans. Number 6, the Buffalo Bills. Number 7, the New York Giants. Number 8, the New England Patriots. Number 9, Jacksonville Jaguars. Number 10, the Las Vegas Raiders. Now, 1 through 3 is you got Cleveland, Baltimore, Pittsburgh. 4 is tied with Green Bay and the Texans. 6 is Buffalo and the Giants. And 8 is New England, Jacksonville. And number 8 is Jacksonville, Patriots, and the Raiders are all tied at 148 opponent wins to 141 losses. Mo, what's your thoughts on if Pittsburgh gets a quarterback, do you think they can make the playoffs?
Yes. Who's saying the Pats will make the playoffs? I was about to say, they ain't making the playoffs.
That's what they said. The Pats will make the playoffs.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
So let me ask you a question. Do the Browns make the playoffs next year?
Nope.
Okay.
No Joe Flacco to save them.
Baltimore Ravens make the playoffs next year?
Nope. Lamar gets hurt. This was his healthy season.
Pittsburgh make the playoffs next year?
Yep. We'll win the division.
Do Green Bay make the playoffs next year?
Yep, because they'll win their division.
Houston Texans make the playoffs next year?
Yep, because they'll win their division.
Buffalo Bills make the playoffs?
Nope, because the Dolphins will finally win that division.
New York Giants make the playoffs?
Giants, no.
Patriots make the playoffs?
Next.
Jaguars make the playoffs?
Yep.
And do the Raiders make the playoffs?
Nope.
All right. So we're already on track before. Let me see where we at here. Pats will make the playoffs. Where's that at? Pats will make the playoffs. This is going fast here, right? Pats will make the. Let me see. Will not make the. Okay, so somebody says they will not make the playoffs. Then she comes back and says, let me see. Somebody says the wild card, right? The Pats. Laugh out loud. Yes, sir. Nope. Yes. And they said, oh, so that's a list of teams making the playoffs. Pittsburgh. Nope. We're already on track before. No, you got hurt. Houston, yeah. Bills, will make the playoffs. 49ers make. I ain't saying about no 49ers. What they doing? Oh my goodness. Pats won't make the playoffs for the next 3 years. If any team that won't make the playoffs in the AFC North is Pittsburgh because they happy with just Tomlin winning the season. Okay, that's just I can just that's justified. Browns will make the playoffs. So Matthew.
Yes.
Let me see. Let me put Mo in here and Matthew. I'll put Matt. So Matt, do the Browns make the playoffs?
Yes, as long as they stay healthy.
Baltimore makes the playoffs.
No, because of too many injuries on the tight end wide receiver position.
Does Pittsburgh make the playoffs?
Yes, because they find the right coach chemistry within the players to learn.
Green Bay make the playoffs?
Yes, but in a wild card scenario.
Does Houston, Texas make the playoffs?
No, due to injury.
Does Buffalo Bills make the playoffs?
Yes, but wild card scenario.
Do the New York Giants make the playoffs?
No.
New England Patriots make the playoffs?
No, they're not too fully developed yet.
Jacksonville Jaguars make the playoffs?
Yes, because I think they'll find something in free agency and the draft.
Does the Las Vegas Raiders make the playoffs?
Absolutely, as they've probably found their best coach in a while and hope the best for the team chemistry to develop.
Okay. So let's see here. So okay, we got that one. So, number 4, Deshaun. Let's go Niners. Okay.
Do people not realize who won the North? Who won the North last year? I don't think these people realize that.
Did Pittsburgh win the North last season?
We're 5-1 this year. In the North.
Who's that one loss to?
The Cleveland Browns.
Okay. So here's my take, right? And I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna leave it at that, and then we're gonna go to the schedules real quick. What we got? Columbus. We got Matthew. I thought we had somebody else on the line. If there's somebody else on the line, I apologize. I didn't hear you come on. If you want to call back in, you can. 512-543-4662. If you're good, you're great. Come on in and bring a date. So the Cleveland Browns, I say make the playoffs. Baltimore Ravens, I say make the playoffs. Pittsburgh Steelers makes the playoffs if they have a quarterback. If they give Russell Wilson, they're in. If they don't give Russell Wilson, I don't have no confidence in none of the quarterbacks they have right now. I'm be honest with you. I'll be honest. It's throw a dart in the air, and whoever's going to be the quarterback, that's going to be the quarterback. So I'm just going to put a question mark there. Green Bay makes the playoffs because Green Bay just came out of nowhere, and they got it right with the quarterback. Houston Texans doesn't make the playoffs because this is the first year of C.J. Stroud. Everybody's going to find out the keys, how to stop him, and it's left up to the defense to keep them in games. If they can keep them in games, they have a possibility. But I'm going to say this, though. I think that I'm going to go back. I'm going to say I still don't think that. I think they get in with a wild card. Okay? And I think we got somebody else on the line. Who we got on the line? Glen Burnie. Who's that from Glen Burnie?
Great, man. How you doing?
What's up, Coach? Great. How you doing? All right. Buffalo Bills.
Good. Just join the show.
Okay. Buffalo Bills don't make the playoffs next year because I think that some players going to I think the wide receiver has played his last game in Buffalo. My man had 2 wide open receivers last night. He threw out. He wanted to be he wanted to be Superman, and he didn't. He would end up being Clark Kent because he couldn't get out the phone booth. New York Giants don't make the playoffs. New England Patriots. I say New England Patriots I'm gonna say New England Patriots make the playoffs as a wild card team, and the only reason I'm saying that because they got cap space to bring in players. Listen to me, Mo. Listen to what I'm gonna say. They got cap space, and the players want to play for him. So that's a different. It's a difference when you got free agents said, now that we know he's our coach, I'm not going anywhere. Okay, so I think they get in as a wild card. Jacksonville Jaguars. If they don't make the playoffs, their coach is going to get fired. If they have 3 losing games next season, he's on a hot seat. He's out of here. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, if I was the Jacksonville Jaguars, and I know Brian Belichick was still out here chilling. Oh, Doug Peterson, you cool, but you got to go. Belichick, whatever his name is, Bill Belichick, whatever his name is. So I don't think they make the playoffs. I think Vegas makes it as a wild card. So those are my predictions. But now, Mo, you got your team schedule out there, right? Matthew got his team schedule out there.
I do.
Okay, so let me pull it up here. Like I said, I did my homework. Okay, I got Seattle here. San Fran, Miami. Miami Dolphins didn't show up. He didn't show up again today. He's getting fired. He can call me and say whatever you want to call me and say. No, I don't care. Pittsburgh Steelers here. So, out of all the teams that we talked about, Seattle was not a team in the top 10, right? But here is the top 10 with the easiest schedule going forward. They said, yes, sir. They came back and said, Russell was cooked. He can't help the Steelers. Diggs is want to be traded. Kev, don't be fooled by Russell Wilson. He was riding the coattail of Lynch, the legend of Boom. Russ is not taking no team anywhere. He's fool's gold, Curry. Ooh. I think our schedule is very doable. Wow. He's fool's gold. So the back end, Mo is sitting here brewing. He brewing, baby. The back end.
Because you know I'm an NC State fan. I've been riding with Russ since NC State. Even when he went to Wisconsin.
When he went to Wisconsin. So here's a top 10. At the bottom of the barrel teams. Philadelphia Eagles are 20. They're 21st. The Miami Dolphins is 24th. Seattle Seahawks is 24th. Arizona Cardinals is 24th. Los Angeles Chargers is 27th. Tampa Bay Buccaneers is 27th. Carolina Panthers is 29th. Chicago Bears is 29th. Atlanta Falcons is 31st. And the New Orleans Saints is 31st. So their whole division, Carolina, Chicago, Atlanta, and the Saints. Right? That's the whole. No, is that the whole? Is Chicago in that division? Right? Chicago? No, Chicago's not in that division. Tampa. Okay, Tampa. So they got Tampa, Carolina, Atlanta, and New Orleans is all in the same division, and they're in the bottom of the barrel. And remember, a year ago, 2 years ago, when the NFC East with Dallas and them was at the bottom of the barrel, and it was last year before last, where everybody got in the playoffs except for the Washington Redskins. So that same scenario could happen in NFC South. It's a possibility that could happen. It's a possibility.
Those teams ain't that good.
But you're right. They're not that good. But the schedule dictates that. And somebody says, how does the 49ers schedule look? I tell you what you do. 512-543-4662. Call in and we can talk about your schedule as well. So, Matthew, let's hit up the Seattle Seahawks schedule. Hey, Coach Gray, we're going over the schedules for next year. And then at 9:30ish, we're gonna talk about the playoff games. I know you want to call in and talk about Lamar. All those teams that said they didn't want him as a quarterback. We can talk about that as well. But Matthew, we don't have, and listen, ladies and gentlemen, we don't have the dates at all. We just have the teams that play. So as Matthew goes down, Mo, if you want to comment, you can, and I'll comment if I want to. Okay. So Matthew, you got Seattle schedule. Go ahead, let's talk about it.
All right. So, and before I start mentioning the wins and losses, I got them going 11-6.
Okay.
It's on the safe side.
Okay.
So I'm gonna read it based off the list that he gave me. And I'm gonna go with the wins and losses. So the first two games I got them winning at Arizona and at Chicago.
Okay.
And then I got them losing at Detroit.
Okay.
But then they bounced back. They get their 2-game winning streak at the Rams and at the Patriots.
Okay.
Then I got them on a 2-game losing streak at the Jets and at Sanford.
Okay.
Then I got them on another 2-game winning streak against Arizona and the Rams.
Well, I mean, you mean Arizona and the 49ers?
This is the second game.
Oh, you know, I think I'm missing a game on here. Okay. Yeah, because I'm seeing Rams on. Okay. So they're gonna beat the Rams both times?
I believe so. That's what I currently think. Now that could change in July, but right now I feel like we can.
Okay.
Unless the Rams get someone in the draft or within free agency.
Okay.
So after the 2-game winning streak, I got them losing to San Fran. That's just due to the fact San Francisco is, I will say that they are stronger than the Seahawks currently.
Okay.
Then I got them on a 2-game winning streak against Green Bay and Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
Then I got them losing to Buffalo, Miami.
Okay.
Then I got the rest is a 3-game winning streak at Atlanta and hosting the Giants and Denver.
Okay. So currently, you're saying 11-6. Okay. So yep. I'm gonna say this. Let's see here. So I think the games I have questions about, to me, are Chicago, New England, and the Jets. And I'm going to tell you why I have questions about those games. Because it depends on where they play them. Okay? Those 3 games I have questions about. Because if they've got to play them in the cold weather, then I think that's a different scenario. Because Seattle gets cold, but don't get that snow cold. You know what I'm saying? They don't get that cold. Like, you know, so that's the only scenario that's the only thing I have questions about is them playing where they're playing at. So
I want to get those dates and times.
Yeah.
My opinion may change on those games.
Right. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So Seattle plays 8 teams in the playoffs. Okay. So so that's why I couldn't understand. Somebody said 12-5. And that's why I couldn't understand. I mean, Mo, you looked at your schedule and you saw how many teams that Pittsburgh plays in the playoffs. I think Pittsburgh plays the most teams in the playoffs out of all our teams that we have.
I don't think so.
No. I'm sorry.
No,
not
it's Cleveland. Your Browns do.
I think it's Cleveland.
Yeah,
they play.
That's why they number.
They play a bunch of teams. They play a bunch of teams in the playoffs. I think I got 6. Let's see. 1. Well, yeah, it might be more than 6 because I didn't count Pittsburgh and them more than twice because they play them.
Yeah, we got 7,
so
including playing the Ravens and the Browns twice.
Okay. All right, so we got somebody from 717 area. Is that Rich?
No, Tom Carew, the #1 Laker fan.
Oh Lord, have mercy. Okay. We'll get to 49ers in a second here.
He said Lakers fan.
Yeah, he did say Lakers. He don't realize they still I think they one game. I think they like one game above 500 or something.
Hey, they won their championship already.
They won game above 500.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
It happened.
Yes. All right. So Mo,
but let's talk about the 49ers.
So Mo, Seattle. Do you agree or disagree with my concept of that's get the wins losses could change because of the weather of playing in Chicago, in New England, and the Jets?
I don't.
You can see them going 11-6.
No. Without Pete Carroll. I think they're gonna go. They're gonna take a step back. I think they're 8-9 this year. I think he's the only person that believed in Geno.
Okay, so speaking of that, Matthew, what's the word on Seattle and who they're gonna get as a coach? Because I know you talked about they was going after Dan Quinn, but after Dan Quinn poo-pooed on the playoffs, is that still the #1 guy for Seattle right now, or did they interview the guy from Stanford? Because I've been hearing a lot about him.
Currently, the update with candidates on the field for the Seahawks. We got there was a big list of names right now.
Mm-hmm.
So currently we got Evero, Patrick Graham, Kafla, Raheem Morris, and Dan Quinn.
Yeah, I heard
second round interviews.
Yeah, I heard Raheem Moore's name.
But the list is long. But I think by the end of the day, we're probably going to be down to Raheem Morris and Dan Quinn.
Wow, you're gonna take our defensive coordinator. Ain't that something? But that's okay. Because if Morris leaves the Rams, sure enough, remember Wink Martindale is out there. And the Rams better grab him up. They better grab him up quickly. Mo, Pittsburgh Steelers. They have 6. I didn't count all the teams in the division to make the playoffs because I was like, they're gonna play them twice either. But I just picked every team. So it's total 6 teams total that Pittsburgh plays that's in the playoffs right now. So give me your scenario of what you think, what you're looking at here, of what you think their record would be.
If we get Russell Wilson, we're going 13-4. Only games we will lose will be at Baltimore, at Cincinnati, lose to Kansas City at home, and then lose to the Eagles.
Oh, so y'all gonna sweep the Browns?
We should have swept the Browns this year.
Yo,
wait, got 7.
Wait a minute, let me look at this right here. Let me look at this score. Oh,
yeah, it makes sense.
Oh, wait a minute.
Philadelphia. They only won by 10.
They won by 10 points, 133 to 123 to San Antonio Spurs. Embiid needed all 70 points That's crazy.
Oh, wow.
And ladies and gentlemen, and Bibbs played 36 minutes.
They won by 10.
Yeah, they won by 10, but before they was blowing him out.
Yeah, but he might not have played much of the fourth quarter once he got 70.
He played 36 minutes, 24 for 41 from the field, 1 for 2 from the 3, 21 for 23 from the free throw line. That is ridiculous.
Yeah, that's messed up.
9 offensive rebounds, 9 defensive rebounds, 18 total rebounds, 5 assists, 1 steal, 1 block, 1 turnover, and 2 fouls. Now, how can you tell me he played all that time and only get 2 fouls? NBA, stop it. You're making it too easy. You making it.
That's some video game stats right there.
Yeah, you're making it too easy. Why would anyone want Dan Quinn? His team blew a 25-point quarter lead in the Super Bowl, and his defense was trash against a first-time playoff quarterback. Ooh, they're getting ignorant right now. Okay, so you think you just gonna sit and tell me that Pittsburgh is going to sweep the Browns like that?
That's Deshaun Watson play against the
Steelers.
He played really poorly the first time he played, and and his shoulder was messed up. So he was hurt. So it is what it is.
Yeah.
All right.
Getting him back doesn't help.
It was Wilson.
You said 13-4. Say that again.
I do have some information.
Go ahead, Matthew. Go ahead. Talk about it. What you give me say?
So he does a good point if they do get Russell Wilson, because I actually said that you guys were talking about the Steelers earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Glenn Thomas used to be an offensive assistant with the Steelers quarterback and was the leading QB for the Steelers. As of 5 days ago, he's now the co-offensive coordinator and QB coach at Nebraska. So, depending on who wants to get in the offensive assistant QB, that might motivate them to go pick up Wilson.
And let everybody that's on the panel, everybody that called in, do you guys think that Russell Wilson, Coach Gray, you think Russell Wilson would be a good fit for Pittsburgh?
Absolutely. What you have to understand is coaching that will motivate a guy who still has the talent. Right? You can take a look at Flacco, right? They just be crazy about Flacco. Flacco, over the last 4 or 5 years, he was done, but he was inspired. So when you have a team rally around you, that person believes in you, you come to play. So I think he would be a great coach because great coach that would allow him to be himself.
And I'm not saying it because of Tomlin. I'm saying it because we have everything around him. We have a great tight end. We have great wide receivers, 2 great running backs. Offensive line that's actually getting better. We got a left tackle or a right tackle because Broderick Jones can play either. It's going to be the best offensive line he's ever played behind too.
Okay.
I'm telling you, we got everything except for a quarterback.
San Francisco 49er fan, what you think about Russell Wilson going to the Pittsburgh Steelers? You think that's a good fit?
No, he don't have nothing to say.
Are you serious? Come on, man. Come on. Wait a minute.
Come on. He wins a couple games and everybody is going crazy. I mean, okay, if he goes to Pittsburgh, it'll be an upgrade from what they have. But in that division, you got to put in Cleveland twice, Cincinnati twice.
Man, I'm gonna tell you right now. I gotta disagree with you. I don't want to see Russell Wilson with Pittsburgh. I really don't. And the thing about it is, I think what people don't realize is that the reason why Russell wanted to leave Seattle, and Matthew, you can correct me if I'm wrong, is he felt like he needed to be able to scramble more than he does. But what Russell, and the reason why Russell wants to scramble is because Russell's not that tall. So when you got offensive linemen that stand at 6'4", 6'5", 6'6", he can't see over when they're blocking. So that's why he wanted to get out the pocket. But the thing about it is that in Seattle, it worked. In Seattle, it worked for him because he got him to 2 Super Bowls. He won a Super Bowl, and he got him to another Super Bowl. Now, did he poo-poo another Super Bowl? Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. He did do that. But and he came back and redeemed himself in Denver, but winning some games that he had to win. He was playing really good football. So if you put him in Pittsburgh with a great offensive line, like Mo said, they got good wide receivers. They got a good tight end. They got 2 good running backs. I think he elevates that team to the next level.
How old is he?
I don't know. He can't be that old. Hey, Russell ain't
like 34.
Say like 34.
He's not one of the oldest quarterbacks in the NFL. But the thing about it is, what you have to realize is that
35.
When you
35.
when you bring somebody on, that makes the game easier for you in the long run. Like I'm gonna give you, for example, when the Rams picked up Von Miller, right? That made things easier for Aaron Donald. That made things easier for Von Miller because now you don't get that double. He don't get all that double team all line because now you got that all pro linebacker right there behind you that can make plays. That's why I think when even in the game against San Francisco, and then when they went to Super Bowl, Aaron Donald made the play. When they played the game against Cincinnati, Von Miller made a play. You know what I'm saying? So when you make the game easier for everybody around you, that's what you want. You bring Russell Wilson in there, who has an understanding of how to run an offense the correct way, don't have to think about it. It's just a repetition thing to him. The key to this whole thing is that Pittsburgh has 2 great running backs. You know what I'm saying? And he's never had a 1-2 punch like he would have in Pittsburgh. So I'll be honest with you, I don't want him in Pittsburgh. I'll be honest with you. I don't want him in Pittsburgh because he's scary. He's scary good to me. But we arguing goes
one thing we got to finish on this is if he gets cut by Denver, we only pay $1 million.
Right. All right, go ahead, Matthew, real quick.
So now that I mentioned even more that I agree with Russell, I just got an article here from Sports Illustrated from 5 hours ago. This is how it would work. So someone from Sports Illustrated has sources that once we get the draft time, there could be a 3-team trade where the Broncos would get Tua Tagovailoa.
Whoa.
And an 8 pick. The Dolphins get Fields and a pick. And a Broncos pick. And then the Bears just get draft picks.
Oh, okay. Okay. I got a different scenario for Justin Fields as well.
Nobody's trading for Russ.
Nobody's trading for Russ.
No, I don't think nobody would trade for Russ either. I think they're gonna have to let Russ walk with all that money. All right, so we're looking at San Francisco schedule. They start off. It don't have the times or anything like that, but they play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 playoff teams. Okay, so they play 8 playoff teams. So that's almost all the road games are teams that make the playoffs. So they have Green Bay, the Rams, Miami, Detroit, Buffalo, Dallas, Kansas City, and Tampa Bay, and they play the Rams twice. So that's 9 playoff games they have to play. Okay.
9 on the road.
9 on the that would be actually 8 on the road, or 9 on maybe 9 on the road, because you well no it would be, let me see here, you got these are teams that are playoff teams, but they got another game at Minnesota. Okay. They got in outside of their conference. That's only game. That's the other game they have away. So they have Arizona. So let me go here. Win, loss. Do they beat Arizona?
Yes.
Do they beat Green Bay do they beat Green Bay at Green Bay?
Yes.
Do they beat the Rams at Los Angeles?
No.
Do they beat Miami at Miami?
No.
Do they beat Minnesota at Minnesota?
Yes.
Do they beat Arizona at home?
Yes.
Do they beat Seattle at home?
Yes.
Do they beat Chicago at home?
Yes.
Do they beat Detroit at home?
I'll say no.
Okay. Do they beat New England at home?
Yeah.
Do they beat the Jets at home?
Yes.
Do they beat Seattle at Seattle?
Yes.
Do they beat Buffalo and Buffalo?
No.
Okay. Do they beat Cowboys in Dallas?
Yes.
Do they beat Kansas City at home?
I'm going to say yes.
Okay. Do they beat Tampa at Tampa?
Yes.
Okay. That gives them 12 and that's 12 and 4. That's 12 and 4. Okay. Okay. Okay.
But I got to throw in a but.
Go ahead.
That's all going to depend on they can stay healthy and how Debo goes into the next year.
I agree. And only game I really have a concern about really is that Dallas game. I mean the Buffalo game. Because that's in Buffalo. Depending on when that game's being played. If that's the latter part of the season,
yeah,
then that's a different game. So this schedule is kind of tight. They got a pretty tight schedule. I don't have Baltimore schedule at all.
The only thing is it's gonna have to upgrade in the second game.
Okay. So 13 and 4. Okay. All right. So let me see here. We got about 15 minutes left. We'll go over my schedule next week because we only got 15 minutes left. Let's talk about this playoffs coming up. Baltimore with Kansas City and Detroit with the 49ers. I don't know about nobody, but unless something happens somewhere down the line, if a star falls out the sky and smack Lamar in the face, he can't play, I don't see nobody beating Baltimore. Now,
no.
Kansas City played their worst game of the season yesterday in Buffalo because Buffalo still couldn't beat them on the road. So Coach Greg, let me ask you a question. Did Buffalo get outcoached, or was Clark Kent still in the phone booth and couldn't get out to be Superman? What's your thoughts?
Well, I just think the conditions that they played under. You had an experienced team that played in the playoffs that knew how to win. I don't think the Superman that Clark Kent had much to do with it. I just think when you want to win, you have to do what it takes to beat a football team. And the whole year, Kansas City wasn't at this, what we know Kansas City to be.
Mm-hmm.
but they are the best in the last 6 years. They know how to win in all situations and conditions. So that's what I see. I don't think it was, coach. I think they had a great leader on the field and to keep their guys pretty forward.
Okay. Mo, 49ers in Detroit. What's your take on and watching 49ers yesterday? If my man would have kicked the field goal early in the game, it's a different outcome.
Exactly.
So now, and I want to go back to this again.
Mm-hmm.
Is Brock Purdy a game manager, or is he going to be an elite quarterback?
He's not elite yet.
He's
better than good, though. I don't think he's a game manager. I've seen him make some throws, especially even in that that first game. Yeah, to Kittle. I guess even Green Bay. I think that one pass he made to Kittle was elite on the run. He got out the pocket. He made an elite throw. He's got the quality. It's all about if he's going to put it together.
Okay. Do you think Detroit has a chance?
Oh yeah, I think Detroit's gonna win the game. And the only reason I think they're gonna win the game is because Debo ain't playing. Debo's not gonna play. And without Debo, their offense only has McCaffrey to really worry about. You can double what you call it and take him out. Ayuk. And also what you call it, Kittle. They got linebackers that can stay with him. The problem that you have in Detroit though is the NFL wants to see Detroit in the Super Bowl. Look at the colors, man.
Yo, hold on. I gotta say this. My wife said to me, she said, look at the colors on the Super Bowl. I said, yeah, that's been hype. That's been a hype for the longest time. I said, but I don't believe in that. And I gotta give my wife more credit than she deserves sometimes, because she's watching football and we're having a conversation. I mean, there is, for me and my wife to sit down and watch football together, that is the ultimate goal, man. And I'm gonna tell you why, because last night it was cold.
Yeah,
it was cold last night, right? And we didn't cook anything, so I went out the house to get her some food from the Outback, right? I said, my wife watching football. Oh, I'm gonna feed her today. So I went and got her some Outback food, right? And she said to me, I said, who you going for in the Baltimore game? She said, I'm going for Baltimore. I said, why you going for Baltimore? She said, because they used to be the Cleveland Browns. I said, oh, go ahead, baby. I said, go ahead. I said, raise the roof. I said, my baby know what's going on. My baby, yo, I'm trying.
She knew who the Baltimore Ravens are.
Yo,
she know they're the Cleveland Browns. They know that y'all got an expansion team.
Listen, ain't nothing sexier than your wife sitting out with you watching football, knowing what she's talking about. Because she even said something about like the field goal kicker, and she was on point. I said, oh, look at my baby. I was proud of her. I was like, yo, she's doing her thing.
Like Stephen A. Smith.
I said, she's doing her thing.
So
Miss Jones, I will get to the Browns. I will get the Browns. We can go a little bit over on that, but we'll get to Browns. So 49ers fan.
I just want to say one. Can I just say one thing?
Go ahead.
So I just looked on ESPN, and Debo does not have a fracture, so he could be available for the game. So the last report from that last guy is wrong.
Okay.
And there's no linebacker in the league that can keep up with Kittle.
I can't wait. When Debo's out of the game.
Okay.
And then I can't wait until they check out Kittles because Brian Birch will be the one that's going to stay with him.
So
if you go to ESPN, it says he does not have a fracture.
That don't mean he's playing.
He could be available for the game.
But so it's why
he is not out.
But listen though, if he doesn't have a fracture, right? But there is also a possibility that it's going to be a game time decision, and if it's a game time decision, then they know they're still
gonna play.
No, I'm not. Listen to me.
The only reason they're saying he's not out right now is because they don't want Detroit to actually think that he's not going to play and know he's not going to play.
Exactly.
That's how you do things.
And that's how they do things.
You're a 49er hater.
No,
I'm not a hater.
No, I'm not a hater. No, that's
I'm a 49er hater.
No, that's
not a hater. Kevin's a 49er hater.
That's not being a hater. That's telling the truth because you're not going to show your hand until the last very second. Because if they come out and say that he's not playing right now, right? Because of whatever the case may be, now Detroit ain't got. Detroit ain't got to worry about it. If they say
and they don't have the game plan,
it's game time decision. Now they got to play. They have to plan from the play. So that's a little gamesmanship right there. That's a little gamesmanship there. But my question to you right here is why is it that Debo can't stay healthy?
Well, I mean, when you get a lot of touches, yeah.
Say it again.
It's bound to happen. He gets a lot of touches in different sets.
McCaffrey gets a lot of touches too, right?
Not like Debo.
Okay.
Can I say something?
Go ahead. Who is this? Who's this? Who said? Can I say something?
This Katrina.
Oh shucks. Go ahead and say something. You got a lady.
Can I tell y'all why Debo can't stay here?
Go ahead, tell us.
Because he shouldn't have headbutted Dawn.
He shouldn't have headbutted who?
You remember when we played?
Oh yeah. Yeah. And they wore him out that game. They wore him out that game. Yeah, you're right. You're right about that one. But
still Debo.
But I'm gonna say this though. I'm gonna say this because and I don't want to say that the NFL is fixed. I don't want to say that the last 4 teams are fixed. I want to say that some games may be fixed for certain teams to get to where they need to go to. I don't want to believe the last 4 games are fixed. But when Detroit did not get that number 2 seed, they didn't get the number 2 seed. Everybody in the free world was upset because they should have had that number 2 seed, right? They didn't get the number 2 seed. They ended up playing with Rams. The Rams fell on the sword for them because Rams had opportunity. And this one I knew something was up. Rams get in the red zone. They run the ball all the way down to the 20 or 15 to 10, and they want to throw the ball. I'm like, what is going on here? And then when we had opportunity to kick the ball for a field goal, he punched the ball back to him, and they go get the first down. Game's over. That made me scratch my head a little bit, right? Because I'm gonna be honest with you, and even if I wasn't a Browns fan, out of all the teams that have not won a Super Bowl, if they're gonna fix it for somebody, they need to fix it for the Browns. That's all I got to say. Because the hard.
I mean,
y'all got 2.
Say that again, Ms. Jones.
I would rather see the game fair and square.
I agree with you on that, but I'm just saying though, because everybody on this panel have that feel good story that they want to see Detroit win. Like my wife said to me, she said, babe, who would you want to see go Super Bowl and win? I said, I probably would want to see Detroit go. I said, but Jared Goff went there and didn't do well for us. That's why he's in Detroit. You know what I'm saying? I said, but I would love to see Detroit win the Super Bowl. I said that would be icing on the cake right there. I said, but I don't think. I don't think.
My 2 cents in real quick.
Go ahead, Matthew.
So I think Detroit's going to win because Brock Purdy, in my opinion, is a modern day Tim Tebow. Like, he has the weaponry, right? And all, but I just don't see it kicking in. So I got Detroit versus Baltimore.
Yeah.
So I got Baltimore winning because when you look at Harbaugh, like if you have one Harbaugh winning something, you don't have another Harbaugh winning the other.
Exactly. Oh my God. That Bernie Kosar. That's somebody that's okay. He said
Coach Gray, can you comment on this, please? I just need to hear what you guys say.
So, I mean, when you think about your pick, who you want to, win, that's just around the table talking. Look at reality. The reality is, 41 is a great football team. Okay? But the best football team in the league is Baltimore. Everybody else, and nobody else matters. You have to bring your A game against Baltimore because they're beating everybody. Okay? So all this talk, that team is playing ball according to the way they started from the first day. Now, Lamar said we're going to win the Super Bowl. There's nothing different from that man on the first day. All that was this morning.
Okay.
Right? And I think 49ers, first of all, is he a game manager or a elite quarterback? He's a game manager.
And
game manager.
And the reason why I said that is because the reason why I called him a game manager, I said because when they lost to the Browns, right? They missed a field goal. They could have made the field goal and they would have won.
Right.
But the next two games after that, he was terrible because he didn't have his players. And if you're going to be put in the elite category or put into MVP category, you step up and you become that dude that you're supposed to be to lead that team down the victory lane. I think he had 7 interceptions prior to that, and all his interceptions was in the 3 games he lost because he didn't have all his primary weapons, right? And my thing
No.
He didn't have the offensive line guy.
He missed. He missed one game. He missed one game. No, he only missed one game because we talked about this before. I think he missed that game after. Was it Cincinnati that he played next or whatever? I can't remember.
Better check.
Yes.
But there's no way you can compare Brock Purdy.
He said Tim Tebow.
To Tim Tebow.
No.
Oh my God.
He's not a Tim Tebow. He's not a Tim Tebow. If you take a look at quarterbacks in the past, if you take a look at good team managers, quarterback, Joe Theismann. Joe Theismann was one of the best game managers under that system of Joe Gibbs.
Right.
Take a look at your system, right? If you take a look at your system, Fran Tarkenton was a great game manager. You're good quarterback. Even Joe Montana was a good game manager.
How is your mind?
Take it.
You just say that Coolhead Joe is not an elite quarterback?
No. I don't know your mind. You never heard me say he was a good game manager.
And see, I'm gonna say this.
He was a big time quarterback.
Coach Gray, I gotta. Coach Gray.
First off, you didn't hear what I said. Okay. What I'm telling you is, he was a good game manager. Okay. Of course, being an elite, of course, he's an elite.
Okay, so then Tom Brady was the good game manager.
He was a good game manager. So was Troy Aikman. Game manager.
So Bateman,
Wait. Hold on. Let me say something real quick. In my eyes, Coach Gray may look at a game manager completely different what I look at.
Absolutely.
To me, a game manager is a guy like Kirk Cousins. I think he's a good game manager. He's okay, but he's not going to be the guy that I think gonna lead me down the field with a minute 21 seconds left to go to win the game. Joe Montana to me was a great quarterback. Well, no, I'm saying maybe his game manager or my game manager are two different things. I'm trying to explain my game manager to you. To me, Joe Montana was not a game manager. I think he was a elite quarterback. Because the reason why I'm saying he was elite because back in the day, he could run the offense without even looking at the offensive coordinator. He could go down the field. Jim Kelly could go down the field. Yeah. They didn't need no offensive coordinators to tell them what they need to do. Right?
The elite quarterback not be a good game manager. Game manager was a good game manager.
Right. See, so he said the same thing. No, but he said the same thing that you're saying. It's just that I'm saying my game manager, to me, a game manager is Kirk Cousins. My game manager to me is Brock Purdy. Game manager to me, that's a game manager to me, right? As a leak to me, a leak quarterback. No, but you're not listening to what he's saying. He's saying he's still a leak. He said no. Listen. You're not listening. He said he's a great manager, but he's a leak. He's a leak quarterback at the same time. You can be both, right? You can be both. That's what he's saying. No, he didn't. No, he did say that. He did say he was elite. He did say that. But what I'm saying to you, my definition for me is a game manager is completely different what Coach Gray's game manager is, right? Like I said, Kirk Cousins to me is a game manager. He's not an elite quarterback to me. But when you have elite, what I mean,
you can't be both.
And I think that,
you can't be both.
And I think right now you can be both. Because if you're elite,
first off, I don't know. If you're telling me what Lamar Jackson, is he elite or is he a game manager?
Elite.
Okay, what makes him elite?
Because he has all the tools. He can run, pass, throw it short.
Remember
he can run the ball.
Remember now, they said he's not a quarterback. He's been a running back. Okay? They said he didn't have all the intangibles. All these elite quarterbacks came in Allen Towers. Remember, it's the rhetoric. It's the rhetoric that starts with who's elite and who's not elite. Okay? First off, this guy is playing with no weapons. His favorite number one receiver was hurt, right? Hurt. His running back are hurt. So he's an athlete who's actually playing this type of game in the National Football League.
I
By the numbers, he's not elite. By the numbers, he's not elite.
I guarantee. I gotta say that he definitely is elite. He's an athlete. He definitely is an athlete to do what he does.
Not by the numbers, because his numbers does not even come close.
His passing numbers don't, but his overall numbers do.
When did Joe Montana run the football? When did Chris Manning run the football? When did Tom Brady run the football? When did they do what the Mars doing? Never.
But see, the thing about this, everybody's definition of elite and game manager is different, right? It's different. Like I'm telling you what I'm telling you what mine is. right? I'm telling you who I felt is a game manager. I'm telling you who's elite quarterback. Like Patrick Mahomes is an elite quarterback. He does everything. He can do it all. You know what I'm saying? He's elite.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying?
And who do you compare him to? Who's in the league? Who's in the league with him?
Nobody right now.
Who do you compare him to?
No, nobody. You can't. Can't. Nobody in the league right. Nobody in the league right now can you compare him to? Because he set the standard. You know, if you've been to what 6 straight AFC Championship games, you must be doing something right.
Mm-hmm. You're elite,
right?
Right. If you're elite, yeah, Tom Brady, right? His system. The first thing you got to remember, the Patriots had the best coaches in the league for almost 15 years. They've had superstars in and out. It didn't matter. It was the system and a quarterback that could manage the system. Just like the offensive coordinator did not call the plays. Peyton Manning calls their own plays.
Right. I would agree.
So when you talk about game management, there's a whole lot that goes into
that. And you have to realize, like I said before, everybody has their own definition of what a game manager is and what a elite quarterback is. Because
what is the assistant? Is the assistant quarterback? Is the game manager, or is the elite?
Okay, so let's
all of it.
All of it.
All of it.
So let's
all of it.
Let's look at it like this. Okay. I'm gonna use Joe Montana for example, who I think was a elite quarterback.
No, who told you?
Okay. The reason why I feel like he's elite quarterback, again, I think that he could run the offense without ever looking at John Walsh, whatever Walsh's name was, Walsh my back, or whatever his name was.
Bill Walsh.
Bill Walsh. He don't have to look at him and can run the offense, right? And go down the field and do whatever you gotta do. That's, to me, that's elite.
That's elite.
That's a system that he's running, that he's familiar with, and he's also a game manager. Right? You can look at it, but I can't put Kirk Cousins in that same category, because I think Kirk Cousins is a game manager, because when he was at Washington, he had numbers. But if you look at the numbers he had numbers because he had wide receivers could catch the ball and go yards after catch. So it makes his numbers balloon, right? It's kind of same thing in Minnesota. He has good wide receivers, so they catch the ball 2 yards and they run 98 yards, but he gets the same numbers. Same thing in San Francisco with Brock Purdy. He throws the ball to Deebo Samuel on a swing pattern. He catches it and he goes 75 yards. But that blows his numbers up. That makes his numbers look good. But in reality, you look at it, you be like, yo, but he just ran 85 yards. He only threw it 10. That's why, in the conversation I have all the time with people is I think that
that's a good manager of the game. He knows where you're not going to find a better game manager. You're not going to find a better game manager than Peyton Manning.
But let me ask you guys a question, though.
You're talking. I was glad that you brought up Steve Young. I was glad that you brought him up. Steve Young, what made him elite was he could do both run and pass.
Right.
And also,
and Young was elite.
Say again?
Period. Steve Young was elite.
Absolutely. Absolutely is elite.
All right, guys. Hey, listen. I would love to have the conversation a little bit longer, but we over my time limit. I promised Miss Jones that we would go over the Cleveland Browns schedule, so we can do that. Now, you guys are welcome to come back next Monday. We can start all over again. You know what I'm saying?
I'll be here.
So Miss Jones,
wait a minute. After the 49ers lose.
Hey, Miss Jones, you still here?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, so I'm gonna let you pick this. I'm gonna let you pick the wins and losses for the Browns. Okay.
What, for the next season?
Yes, ma'am. Okay, so the Browns have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 teams that made the playoffs They got 6 teams that made the playoffs besides Baltimore and Pittsburgh making the playoffs. I don't add them as 7 and 8 because they play them twice. So let's go. Let's do with the away teams. Okay, so they play Washington away. What you got them in? Okay. They play at Pittsburgh. Is that a win or loss?
We gonna win one. They gonna win one.
Okay. So what about Cincinnati? Do we take 2 again from Cincinnati, or do we win one and win one? Win one and lose one?
Yeah, we gonna win both because the last game we played, we didn't try, so we got to prove it. We gonna win both.
We play Baltimore. Do you think we're gonna split with them, or we're gonna win one? We win both.
I think the same. Win and lose one.
Okay. All right, got them out the way. They play Kansas City at home. Is that a win or loss?
Well, in my heart, we got to win that game. We got to want to prove because the last 2 times we played them,
didn't they?
So I'm gonna say win.
Okay.
I'm kind of on the fence.
They play the Los Angeles Chargers at Cleveland.
Win.
They play the Dallas Cowboys in Cleveland.
Super win.
They play the New York Giants in Cleveland.
Win.
They play Denver at Denver.
A win.
Okay.
Even though we play them this year?
Yeah, we lost to them.
Right. I'm gonna say win because we got something to prove.
Okay, we got the Raiders at the Raiders. We play the Raiders in Las Vegas.
Win.
Ooh. We got the Eagles in Philadelphia. You got the Eagles at Philadelphia.
I'm gonna say lose, but I could be wrong.
Okay. Then we have Miami, and we have Miami at home. I hope that's a cold game.
If they got the same team as they had this year, they had good. I'm gonna say lose.
Okay. Dana would like that. Then we go to Jacksonville Jaguars.
Win.
And then we go to the New Orleans Saints.
Win.
Okay. So you guys go on 5, 10. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. 14 and I'm sorry, 13 and 4.
Yeah, I feel like I have a real good team this year because I think everybody's gonna come to the field
and I'm gonna say, I think the problems with the Browns they're gonna have is trying to sign everybody to come back because the cap they got a big cap hit on them right now. Now we know the salary cap does go up, but we don't know how much it's gonna go up, and I don't know if it's gonna be that significant enough to be able to keep everybody that's here. Now I know the defensive lineman that they traded from Minnesota that came here. I would love to keep him, but they're saying that he may go to Philadelphia because Philadelphia may have a little bit more money than what we have to spend. The lineman, is it Darius? No, his last name is Smith, I think. Let me look and see.
You come out Smith on the other side of the mile.
Yes. I think he's a he's a free agent this year coming up. I don't know if they can keep him around. That's probably one of the biggest issues going on. But that 13 and 4, everybody got their team doing well. But we're gonna see how this all turn out. Ms. Jones, I appreciate you calling in. It's always good to hear a female's voice on the radio, especially when you talk about sports. I love it. You are always welcome to come and hang out with us anytime you want to. And talk about sports. I still can't get over Embiid scoring 70 points and they only win by 10 points. That's crazy. That's just crazy.
Yeah, I can get over the net go strong.
They go,
regular film.
Yeah. You know, that kind of scratched my head on that one for real. But I tell you what though, if Jim Schwartz can get if Ward can stay healthy, we'll be fine. To me, that's the biggest key for the Browns. So him staying healthy, because he shuts down one side of the field. So, Mo, anything for the good of the cause?
I just want you to look behind you. That thing that you kept saying about the Steelers weren't going to make the playoffs. Yeah, that stayed up. And it's going to stay up. You know why? Because they made the playoffs.
I think I took it down because they lost. So
they made the playoffs.
Okay. Actually, the only thing we got still up is who's going to be we was talking about the number 1 pick, Denver, Arizona. That didn't work out. Where Belichick was going to go, I said the Chargers. Somebody said the Raiders, so I got to pull that down because he's not with the Raiders no more. The Raiders already got their coach. Lions wins the division and win in a playoff win. That still stays up. Mo, we got the Bears and we had the Bears and something. I don't know what the Bears are. Mo Bears and I don't know what that was. Your boy Bobby Slavic, he's interviewing for a job. He'll be interviewing for a job soon. And what else we got up here? Oh, we're talking about who was we talking about could go
Justin
to Tampa?
Fields?
Justin Fields?
No, it was somebody. It was something else we were talking about. I can't remember. I'm sorry to put notes on that thing. Matthew, you got anything? Matthew slept it.
That's like the old teams. And then this is not football related.
Mm-hmm.
My transfer out to the King family, and they lost Dexter Scott King, who's the youngest son of Martin Luther King.
Oh, I think I saw something coming across.
Did you hear about that?
Yeah, 62 years old, right?
62 years old, right?
Yeah, I had some. I was at basketball.
62 years old.
Yeah, I had something on my I was looking at my something coming across my phone about the King, but I didn't get a chance to take a look at it, man. And we've gotten away from African American stuff, but that's okay because we got February coming up.
I was going to do John Witherspoon.
Bang, 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 bang.
He was born January 27th.
We're going to tear February up with that Black History stuff. Curry said, Kev, why you never talk about NCAA basketball? Any love? Curry, my teams is UCLA Bruins and the Georgetown Warriors. It's too much college basketball going on that I don't really talk about. We talk about it when the season starts. I'm a hater of the ACC. I can tell you that right now, and I think you got a couple of teams in the top 10 right now. I think there.
You got Florida State on your team list.
I think Duke, but Florida State is not. I don't like them for basketball. I like them for football.
It don't matter if you like somebody, you like a team. That means you like the basketball team too.
Nah, not in college. I can't. Ain't going. I ain't going out like that. Real quick, Curry. Let me look at. Let's see here, rankings. It's February. February. UConn. Now I like UConn a little bit. Go Tar Heels. Tar Heels are 15-3. They're number 3. And for Duke's number 12. They're in the top 20. ACC. I still don't like ACC. I ain't nothing about ACC.
I know for the first time in a long time.
Yeah, it's been.
The only team I got on that was
Who's that?
Gonzaga. Their streak ended this week.
They ain't in the top.
And it was a long one from what I heard.
They ain't in the top 25.
Nope. I can't remember the last time they were not in the top 25.
Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while. He said, "Go Tar Heels." Where they going? All right, guys. Ms. Jones, if you're still on the line, you got anything you want to say?
No, I was just listening. I don't watch basketball or nothing like this, but I was just listening. But are you on every Monday?
Yes, ma'am. The reason why I'm on here, my scheduled time is 7 to 9, but because I coach girls basketball, and sometimes we may have a late practice, so I come on after that. But what I'll do is I'll try to post the time I come on beforehand, so everybody knows, because I missed out on Rich being on because I had the 49ers for him, and Dana who's been my co-host since I kind of started way back when. I'm getting ready to send him a pink slip.
Why you gotta keep saying that?
Because Dana ain't been on a show in over a month now. I just don't understand. I changed my time, Ms. Jones. I even do Sundays, and he still don't show up. I don't know what's going on with Dana. Yeah, I don't know. But if you say something, Dana say he ain't going nowhere. But he ain't gotta go nowhere because I'm gonna send him somewhere. But anyway, it's good talking to you guys. Hey, have a good rest of the week. Be safe. Stay warm. Again, the month of February is coming up. We do Black History. It's gonna be out of sight with Black History Month. I post stuff in the pages on the page about Black History, and sports. If you're listening and you want to know why I like the teams I like, Black History got a lot to do with every team, other than the Penn State Nittany Lions. Black History got something to do with the Browns.
I
the
thought
Rams,
you didn't like
the
Penn State.
You didn't like Penn State no more.
Well, no, you wasn't on last week. I'm not going anywhere just yet. I want to see how this Big Ten thing turns out with these new teams in it. I was going Washington was going to be my team, and then they got rid of the coach.
Carl Towns scored 62
tonight.
What is up with Sinners tonight?
What? Oh my Lord. Oh, what is going on? See, this is not basketball, this is entertainment. That's why I mean they're killing the sport that I love. They're killing it, man. They're really killing it. Teams are averaging anywhere from 125 to 130 to 140 points a game now. And this is this.
And they lost. He scored 62 and they lost.
Oh, they lost to
the
Charlotte.
Hornets. To the Hornets.
125. Oh my Lord. That is crazy.
Looks like Boston has that game covered.
62
Hey, don't be jinxing my team.
Don't be jinxing my team.
Don't say nothing about my Celtics right now. Everything is off in the NBA right now.
Hey guys, this, you know what though? It seemed like after football season around this time, we pick up with a lot of viewers and a lot of people calling in. So hopefully, Ms. Jones, if you like the show, tell a friend. Hey, call into Just Us Sports Talk Radio, and we can sit down and talk about sports, about anything. How I let 49ers fan and coach grind it out about elite quarterbacks and game managers and all that. That's a good segment going into things. And if the 49ers lose next week, I hope that he comes back on the show, because again, I don't believe in Brock Purdy at all. I don't think he's the dude for me. But Miss Jones, before I leave, I gotta ask you this question. Mm-hmm. What is your thoughts on Deshaun Watson going forward for the Cleveland Browns?
I'm optimistic. When he first came to the Browns, let me make this real quick. When he first came to the Browns, I really wasn't with it because I was a Jacob fan. I'm not a fan of change.
Mm-hmm.
But I got used to it, and I feel like he's gonna be good for us. I think. I mean, we just have to wait and see. But I think he's gonna be pretty good because before he got hurt, he was doing his thing.
I think by them keeping Joe Flacco on the team, he saw how well Joe Flacco did. That put some pressure on him to be the best he can be. And I'm gonna leave you guys with this right here. Being a Browns fan, being a Rams fan, Browns fan had Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield didn't have to worry about nobody taking his spot. So he can go out there and act the fool, do what he want to do in the football field, just act up. Until the Browns got tired and said, yo, you got to go. Jared Goff out in LA, partying hard, coming to practice, smelling like alcohol, going through the motions. They get Super Bowl, he throws an interception. Sean McVay said, oh, it's time for you guys to go. We're going to get you out of here, even if it's going to cost a draft picks. Both of those quarterbacks got humbled. And you see how well they play now because they got knocked off their pedestal. I give Baker Mayfield credit to play for him to play in the way he played against who did he play?
Whose teams?
Lions.
Whose teams you talking about? The Browns and the Rams.
Yeah.
So both your quarterbacks.
Yeah, they're both with my quarterbacks. I didn't like Baker Mayfield at all. I wanted Josh Allen in Cleveland. Jared Goff was the better out of Carson Wentz and him. I wanted Jared Goff because he's a bigger guy. He reminded me of Jim Everett, a bigger guy. But his fundamentals of playing football was he was never challenged because he knew he was a starter. And sometimes when you know you're the starter and the backup is not as good as you are, you tend to not play your best football or any sport you play. But then when you get a person behind you that you know they can take over and can play just as well as you can play, and you know it, that puts pressure on you to bring the cream to the top. So we're going to see if Deshaun Watson can do that for the Cleveland Browns going forward next year. But again, Baker and Goff had to get knocked off their pedestal and be humbled. And now that they're humbled, they're playing better football because of what they went through. But they shouldn't have to go through that. When you're the number one draft pick, by teams, you should come in there not being big-headed and try to make the team better. They didn't do that, and that's why they're not there no more. But again, they're having great careers. Baker Mayfield's going back to Tampa. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
It's probably a blessing in disguise.
Yes.
That's going to push his son to do what he can do. But I don't think they're going to go with Flacco because it's kind of great to debate it. All they're getting I just don't think they're going to. I don't think they're going to stick to him because I don't think he's going to be able to. I don't think he's going to be able to stand toe to toe with Deshaun without a turnover.
Well, I'm gonna say this, Ms. Jones. I think that because now that he knows, so Flacco's playing with house money for real. You know what I'm saying? He was playing with house money, and I think the team got really mad about some of the offensive plays they was calling at the end, during that game against Houston. I would have basically put the ball. I'm not taking no chances right now. I'm putting the ball in defense. And I'm gonna put my game on the defense, and I'm gonna win or lose with the defense, not with me throwing 2 picks. You know what I'm saying? Because when you did that, the game pretty much was over with. So I think that now that he knows he's a backup and they're counting on him to be a backup, that he goes in the game, he plays a little bit more conservative. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he does what he does. I don't think he's gonna do what he done this year because he's just like, oh well, what's the worst I can do? But what's the best I can do? I can take the team to Super Bowl. And if I win, then now it's really a controversy. So I get your point,
right?
But I just want Deshaun just need to know there's somebody behind him that can take over the game,
right,
and can manage the game just as well as he can. And so we'll see we will see where that takes him, and hopefully it puts him in a good headspace, and hopefully they'll both have a good relationship that they can count on each other, to go forward.
So, I heard he just needed a
massage.
you know what? It's time to go, ladies and gentlemen. Oh man, it's good. Hey, it's good talking to everybody, man. You guys have a good weekend. Be safe out there, in this crazy weather. And we'll see you. I don't think I have a game Monday, but we do. We have early practice, so it's 4 to 6, so we'll probably be on from 6:30 to 8:30 next Monday. All right, so you guys be blessed, be safe, and tell the loved ones you love them.
Thank you for listening to the Just Us Sports Talk Show. You have been entertained in the sports world by K-Diggs from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, the small city with a large heart. Dana the Hater Clark from St. Petersburg, Florida, and Murray E. Baskerville from Gotta Be More Careful, Baltimore, Maryland. We throw stones and we do live in glass houses. Big-time players make big-time plays and big-time games. Stay ready to be ready. You have been listening to an In the Zone Sports Talk Radio production. Remember, you can hear us again on Star107FM.com on Saturdays from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Be sure to download the Try99 TV app on any smart device and subscribe to In the Zone Sports Talk Television. The cost is $4.95. Thank you in advance for your support. Thank you for listening to the Just Us